Welcome everybody to this video on the energies that we can be expecting for the month of September 2025. The guides have brought the frog through, which is a very interesting animal to bring through for this, for the energies that we're needing to deal with, because there are many that we need to be looking at with new eyes and with our own voice. And firstly, the guides bring through the thing of putting down boundaries. And in the same way that we look to ourselves, to our homes every night, in the same way that we close the doors, make sure that we are safe, in the same way as when we leave our homes in the day, we also lock things. We put an alarm on if we have alarms. We make sure that before we leave a space and while we're staying in a space, that we have put in precautions for safety. And the guides say it is just as important to put in protections for your energy. And in fact, it is more important. Energy of others, of situations, comes into your space long before the situation is there, before the person is there. And in the same way, your energy goes out and gets into spaces long before we get there. So it's very, very important for the month of September to take that space of safety and quiet for ourselves. And specifically when it comes to putting a boundary on our own energy, to not saying no, to not saying yes all the time, rather, to learning to say no, to not agreeing with everybody else's opinion because you value theirs. Remember what it is that feels right and resonates for you. What is your voice here? This is the energy of the frog. Are you singing your song? Because it is your song that you are here to sing. It is not somebody else's. And have you asked your guides to gather around and create a circle, a bubble, a space of protection and peace around you? Have you remembered to put in your own energy protections? Have you remembered to ask your guides to hold the shield of protection for you? There are many, many things happening in the world at this moment that you cannot change, that you cannot make any difference to. So make sure that you are protected from taking those energies into yourself and creating an unsafe space for yourself. It's really, really important in the month that's coming up of September. And the frog comes through with its beautiful chirruping sound to remind you again that it is your voice. What song are you singing? Make sure it is your own. When frogs are first come out of the little egg, they are laid in water. They come out as tadpoles, and they need to stay in the water underneath in order to survive long enough to grow the four legs and arms, as we call them, the four paws, however we describe it. Up until that stage, it is a very much within the water. In other words, staying in flow. Are you staying in flow as you are creating something new? Or are you trying to make something else that can't happen? Are you accepting where you are, that everything is perfect as it is, and that in order to birth the new parts, the changes, you need to be in a place of quiet, of cleansing, of healing, of nurturing, until such time as you've grown enough limbs to take it out of the water. Once the frog is out of the water, it is actually needing to spend some time in water and some time on land. If it is totally on land, and here we look at the material world, it will not survive. It needs to get back into water. If it stays in the water and cannot get out, it also will die. And again, here we're looking at the unconscious, the inner world, the place that we go to when we retreat. And the frog is saying in this month that coming up for us, make sure that you have a foot in each world. If you get caught up in the material world and totally forget the world of the other world of spirit, you lead a very depleted life. You start to chase yourself for things that might not be in your best interests, that might be destructive. If you lose yourself totally in the world of spirit and you're not here on the planet where you came to be, you will also lose out on everything, deplete yourself, become something you don't need to be. So Frog is saying to you, have a foot in each world. Connect to the energies of the moon. The moon brings us into times of when it's time to be outward, to be loud, to be excited, to be jumping around. When it's time to go back and make new intentions, be quiet. The new moon is your intention time, putting down things that you want to grow. The first quarter is bringing them into the light, starting to see them grow. The full moon is bringing it into manifestation. The last quarter moon, we start to go back, we assess what worked, what didn't work, and we get ready to make a new intention in the new moon. Frog asks you to work with the seasons, to eat seasonally, to work with the light and the dark of the day, to take time of quiet in the night, to take time for play in the day. And it's just asking you to become very, very aware of the ebb and flow of life, just as the tides come in and go out. Things that happen in our lives, they come in, but they do go out. So we need to be working and staying in the flow. So thank you for being with me today and my guides. I would love to hear from you if you'd like to know anything